Hey everybody, this is Bill, your, I guess, kind of hostish kind of person outside of Burly Man for the Game to Fame competition series. With me today, I got the one and only Kuuribro. Kuuribro, how you doing, my man?
Not bad at all. I'm actually oddly good today. Sorry about background noise. I'm at somebody else's place right now.
Yeah, you're just kind of crashing in on other people's parties while doing interviews. I mean, hey, listen, man, we knew you were a rock star going into this thing, and you just proven that point even further. So, and I know you go under the alias of, let's see, it's hard to pronounce, Ryan? Is that an American name? I don't know.
There's a weird A in there. Most people don't know how to handle it.
Yeah, I always thought that the R was silent.
Actually, my last name is what screws people up, and it's weird because it shouldn't.
I'm not trying it.
just Manseth. Simple as that. Drop the D, and it's the simplest thing in the world to say.
All right, we'll go with Yan Manseth. Okay. We are all good to go. So anyway, I just want to kind of give our viewers and our listeners a better idea of who you are, what you're bringing to the table in the Game to Fame series. So, if you can, tell us a little bit about your channel. Tell us a little bit about how you got things moving, how you got things underway, and what makes your channel the way it is.
Okay. All right. I'll do my best to summarize it, and this is where I give a quick little disclaimer to everybody else. I got a stutter, and it kicks up when I try thinking about things too hard.
Don't think.
This is why I generally try to go off the cuff, and why a lot of my videos have resorted to a whole lot of jump cuts, because it lets me cut out silent portions. Anyways, I'm a creative type, but I don't think I should be. I'm very intellectual about things, but I've always known I wanted to work in games in some fashion. Stuff in my past and history went on. Eventually, I came around to where somebody introduced me to the Game Grumps as Let's Plays, and then I loved them. So from there, I did a whole bunch of other things and met other people that like Let's Plays. One of my buddies that I've known for years also loved the Game Grumps and convinced me over some time that we should do a channel, together. And I was like, yes, I'm all on that. And then after 6 months of poking and prodding and no movement from him, I decided I got bored of waiting and made one of my own. And figured, I've seen Markiplier, I've seen Jacksepticeye do these types of things solo. I'll give it a shot. Eventually, you just grow into it.
Yeah, man, it sounds pretty difficult because I've heard of people who kind of start doing things as a group. If you have two people playing, or even like a group of 3 or 4 people, and then you try to venture solo and start doing it on your own. Isn't that a tough adjustment?
It really, really is. But I guess the thing is, I didn't really have that practice as a group to begin with. I mean, I've always been able to just bullshit around with some of my buddies. Sorry, censor if you need to. When we're playing in like parties and stuff like that. But when it came to myself, I guess it was that I started with a story game. I started with a Telltale game. So those types of things aren't really suited to being loud and obnoxious and everything right off the bat. It's good for being slow and just sort of piping in here and there, which is a really nice way to warm up to things. And immediately, in the middle of that, I did a horror game. I did Five Nights at Freddy's 3, which is YouTube bait, so that was better at just yanking reactions out of me. And from there, I just sort of picked and chose games as I thought they were fun. And yeah, you do just grow into it. You get better at shouting things off the top of your head. You get better at improv and things like that. And like I say, I've started to embrace the jump cuts, so I'll take a much longer video and condense it down to highlights, which tends to be funnier.
So for those of you listeners who really aren't aware, our competitors only have a 7-minute clip to submit for the first round, so I feel like it could be a little bit difficult depending on how our competitors do it, but I kind of wanted you to give everybody a little bit of insight as to your way that you attack things. How did you get down to those 7 minutes, and how is that whole process of recording your gameplay and editing it down to 7 minutes? Can you give everybody a little bit of insight as to how that went for you?
Yeah, all right. So, I had to talk to Willboski at the beginning to figure out which game we were going to do. That went back and forth a little bit. grab the game. We're doing Geometry Dash for the first one.
Oh, heck yeah.
So, so the beginning of that one is just lots of up and light music. There's a whole lot of like bobbing around to the beat and tons of frustration because you die 55 times in the first level. It's just the way the game goes. Like, so because of that, like, and because, there's going to be a whole lot of focus portions in the beginning after you figured that out, but then you keep dying at the end. You don't just want to show that over and over and over again. I actually ended up recording like 35 minutes of footage. Jeez. And I got through 2.5 levels, and then I tried one of the last levels. And basically what I did was I took it into my editing software, and then I just kind of tackled at it. I took out all of the like dead silence portions, left in a few pauses here and there for the timing, like the highlights of it. Got it down to, I think, 12 minutes, and then I had to go at it with a fine-tooth comb and eliminate another 5, which was shaving a lot of seconds here and there. Mm-hmm. And at a certain point, it comes down to cutting the B content to keep the A content, and that's kind of hair-pullingly frustrating because that's the type of thing where it's like, I don't know which is better. I like all of this. I want to keep this so I can put it up on my own channel. This is the perfect length for a solo video, but I have to get it down to 7 minutes for this other video, and then I'm not allowed to do anything with it. And I think I got like 3 different people's opinions on stuff to keep and stuff to cut. I ended up cutting out one level entirely.
Wow.
I tackled one of the harder ones at the end, and then I was just like, I just don't have time for this. I got funny with the first ones. I'll keep those.
So it's a lot of tough to see. I feel like we should be sending out like people with cameras and stuff to everybody's houses, like behind the scenes, see like the hair pulling out and just the tough choices being made as to what makes it to the final cut and what's on the cutting room floor. But yeah, it sounds really stressful.
Throw up a time-lapse video. One is screenshot of their TV of their monitor, and one is screenshot of just them, and condense it to 10 seconds as they're just frustrating and all of the zipping around, and then slowly watch the time code cut down.
Yeah, you just see like more wrinkles developing on the face, hair starts falling out, and that was over the course of one evening.
Sun slowly sinks behind them.
Yeah, holy cow! But yeah, you're definitely gonna have a tough challenge this first round. You're playing Willboski, and you did have a chance to talk to him. What do you think of the guy? Is he cool or what?
Yeah, I'd say that he seems like a pretty decent guy. Like we didn't have an extended chat. I think we only chatted like once briefly to set up a time to talk about which game to play, and then I was just like, which games you want to play? I don't know. I got these games. I'll throw out a list. Shoot any back that you want. I think I ended up picking one of his games because I didn't want to spend too much money on a 7-minute video.
Yeah, no, I understand, man. So no, but that's. Hey, you guys are all business. Heads down. You got your game picked. You're a competitor. You're a competitor, and we cannot wait to see you go to town in the first round and see the frustration build while playing Geometry Dash. I mean, it's just amazing how much. We may need to put you on some high blood pressure medicine after this round, after everything you've gone through. So thanks for being a good sport about it. And
the music in that game helps a lot.
it keeps you motivated, keeps you positive. But
keeps bouncing.
Now, one more question before we cut you loose. Where can our listeners or viewers find you in social media? Are you somebody's on Facebook? Are you on Twitter more? Or are you? I mean, obviously you're on YouTube, but where can people talk to you? Where can people heckle you or cheer you on during this competition?
Well, I am on Facebook, but I don't do a whole lot of it. Recent months, I've been turning myself a lot more to Twitter because I have a webcomics community, so I do that over there too. That's where I interact with a lot of them.
Okay.
And you can find me over on Twitter at Kuurion, Kuurion.
All right. Well, we'll be good sports. We'll put put your Twitter handle down in the description below this video, so everybody can find you. Or might as well just put the whole link there. We'll make things easy. We'll take care of you, my man. And again, we are looking forward to seeing you do your thing in the first round. And best of luck to you. And hopefully you get some votes your way. I think everybody's getting pretty excited. So we'll catch you later, my man.
Hoping so. Thank you very much for your time.